Delhi finished 6th.
Yeah.
But Delhi again, it was interesting, right? Because when you look at the young players who are there, right, and you name 4 gun young players, which genuinely looks like it's very solid for the future. You look like Jake Fraser-McGurk, as we like to call him, Rishabh Pant, Abhishek Patel, showing a lot of, coming good on his promise towards the end, and Tristan Stubbs.
Yeah.
When you see the 4 of them, that looks really good for the future.
Very much so. And with Delhi, it's pretty much a story of what might have been.
Yeah.
That Fraser-McGurk is... Patel was to be the big surprise package. I'll be very honest, I didn't think Patel would have the season that he did. Patel was a surprise package, but their future is going to be Tristan Stubbs.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're going to ask this question right at the end. In spite of what Fraser-McGurk did, I still think the person retained there is Tristan Stubbs. He's just emerged as a powerful finisher. He came in, he's a keeper.
Yeah.
He takes catches out of the world on the boundary. Towards the end, he came and bowled an over of off spin. Now, when you see someone who's not a bowler bowling off spin, it's apparent right away. When Sehwag bowled off spin, you knew he was a bowler. Stubbs bowling off spin, he just looked a bowler. So I think Fraser-McGurk and Stubbs have been the story of the tournament.
Yeah.
Rishabh Pant, the big romantic story of the tournament that he just played was fantastic. And this young fast bowler that came up towards the end of the tournament and kept taking wickets, Ishant Sharma.
Yeah, love him.
And sledging the opposition. I love that story.
Love Ishu, love that story. Kuldeep Yadav, of course, was still brilliant for them.
So there are a lot of pluses, but they finished 6th.
Yeah.
But I think that's because they had a terrible start.
Yeah. Khalil was a great story.
Yeah, I mean, look at this journey, right? I mean, they were just not... There was a few things they were not getting right at some moment, and then when they came right, I think they persisted with Warner. Warner didn't have the kind of season that they would have wanted out of him.
Yeah. Look, we have also seen the last of what was the prototypical opening batting combination that everyone was scared of.
Yeah.
Which was Shaw and Warner. Shaw and Warner used to inspire fear in opposition that, Shaw will come and smash it off the first ball, Warner will support them. They were the guys people used to be scared of. Not in the way that Head and Sharma are scared of now. People are scared of them now. But they were the original guys. And none of them came off.
Yeah, I mean,
Shaw dropped 4 or 5 matches into the tournament. Warner not looking a ghost of himself.
In spite of finishing 6th, the one thing you have to hand to Delhi is they took the big calls.
Yeah.
They said, it's not happening, Prithvi Shaw. We are not picking you. David Warner, one of the greats of the IPL.
Yeah.
Warner, it's not happening, Warner. We will leave you out.
Yeah.
And you have to hand it to them. Very few franchises would have taken that kind of...
That's true. Nokia as well, you saw there. Then Mitchell Marsh. Mitchell Marsh, of course, then few games and he left. And this year he stayed for a few more games than he usually stays.
I don't know about Marsh and Maxwell, man. I mean, you look at Mitch Marsh batting and you think he's going to set a tournament alive. Marsh did set the tournament alive, only it wasn't him, it was the elder brother. Early on in the IPL.
First year, he was the highest
Marsh
scorer.
is still one of, the early stage of the tournament. But you look at Marsh and Maxwell and you don't know, man. You cannot build a team around, I don't know what I'm going to get from them.
Yeah.
And you cannot say that you are not playing in a tournament for mental health reasons and turn up at a promotional event to announce that you're playing in the American League for a particular team. You cannot do that.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
That was the
You cannot do that.
chronology of events.
Yes. That's exactly what happened. He announces that he's not playing, he has mental health issues, he wants to stay away from the game. Great, fine, you're doing it. And then 5 days later, you go to a press conference and announce why you're playing for one of the teams in the Major League Cricket.
Yeah.
The point is, either you don't want to have anything to do with the game and walk away, or you do. And if you look at that, if his team looks, forget us, if his team looks at that, they'll be very disappointed.
Just want to come to Mitchell Marsh because, Harsha, we've had this conversation every time and we obviously think Mitchell Marsh is a gun talent, of course, Australia, captaining, etc. But we've always said you're not sure, you're just not sure how long he'll be there.
Correct.
Right?
I mean, Warner, Shaw, Marsh, people should be thinking, this is a top 3 that could take the game away from you. And that graphic that we shown was really the story of Delhi. So they were a team that was willing to take the tough calls, willing to play some really good cricket, but they were a team that was unsettled all the way through.
They used unsettled because they used 29 players. So they've used the most number of players as well. Because yes, they somehow started getting it right in the end. And again, see, it's good fortune, bad fortune, right? And fortune does help you. When things are going your way, everything goes your way. Rishabh Pant not playing that match against Bangalore. Such an important game for Bangalore and no captain. You don't have your captain as Delhi. That's important for you to qualify and you don't have your captain. So again, it's just...
how the cards fall.
Yeah, it's just how it happens. And
I think
that's
it was
what
around then that I thought for the first time that all the elements are aligning for Bangalore.
Yeah.
The elements just started to align. There was dust all everywhere. And suddenly the dust started to form a shape. You know that happens, you see in the animations. The dust is just forming a shape. And it was around that game that I thought, it's forming a qualification shape for RCB.
Yeah, because Delhi could have won that game and they could have made a serious
Any of the
qualification
games.
as well.
No, Delhi was close enough. I mean, ended in 6th place.
Correct. So they could have done that as well. But it wasn't to be for them. Just want to have a quick chat about Ricky Ponting. First of all, I'm still a little confused whether, I think from the outside, you're not sure whether it's Ricky Ponting's team or Saurav Ganguly's team more. I guess what we're told is it's more Ricky Ponting's team. If we had to talk about Ricky Ponting, it's been many years now, no qualification.
3 years.
Yeah,
18
years.
Yeah, so no qualification. Can questions be asked about Ricky Ponting?
Yeah. Now,
both of them.
When they were qualifying, they had Ponting and Shreyas Iyer as coach and captain. Shreyas Iyer, a captain on the up. Ponting, this wonderful senior statesman who always thinks positive, always has time for the younger people, getting them to come up. But 3 years, they haven't qualified. I mean, Ponting's a phenomenal cricket brain, but they will have to take a call and say, okay, can we rebuild a side now? If we look at who we've got in the side, we've got Pant, we've got Patel, we've got Stubbs, we've got Fraser-McGurk, we've got Khalil, we've got a team.
We've got 2 brilliant spinners.
Yeah, we've got Axar.
Kuldeep and Axar.
Yeah, we've got Axar, we've got Kuldeep. Very few teams will have 7 players like that.
Yeah.
Can we build around that team? Rafiq Salam showed that he could, he had those flashes in there. So can we now rebuild a team around these 7? But mainly, can we trust Ponting to do that job?
Yeah, my question is, why is Delhi the keeper of keepers? How many wicket keepers do you need?
I know.
Plenty. Player to retain, 1 foreign, 1 local.
Tough between Fraser-McGurk and Tristan. I'll go Fraser-McGurk, and for a reason, because at the top of the order, you influence more games. So just for that reason, I'll go for Fraser-McGurk. It's difficult to look away from Rishabh Pant. I mean, I was conflicted between him and Kuldeep Yadav because he's the only person I consider almost as important to them as him. But Rishabh also brings, forget his batting, forget his keeping, forget his captaincy. He brings a certain cheekiness and attitude to a dressing room which is irreplaceable, I feel. He's got that X.
Okay.
He's got that special feeling.
I'm retaining Tristan Stubbs.
Okay.
It might seem a sort of left field thing, but I think he contributes in many ways. You might find a Fraser-McGurk somewhere. You might.
You're saying openers easier to find than
maybe. It's a
proper
big call.
4-5. Yeah.
I mean, it's an academic question we're asking ourselves here.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm going with Stubbs, and I have a little question mark over Rishabh Pant, but I'm still retaining Rishabh Pant, saying I don't know if he's a great captain, but this was not the year to ask that question because just his return was the story.
Yeah.
There would have been a lot of doubts in his own mind. Can I still play at this level? Can I come back? Can I be the player I wanted to be? So this is not a year to judge Rishabh Pant by. That's my view.
Fair point.